Marca.
Well, thank you for your time.
Whew, you know, they all have very distinct relationships with their significant others, and their friends and the people that they recruit. You know what I'm saying? You know, for this party that night. You know, and obviously at one point in the movie, one of them turns into something else, and even then, there's pieces of of the brother before he actually turned, where he kind of felt it was a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Because he found a way to get around their circumstances, you know, in a way that they never had an opportunity to do. All the things that they discussed, all the childhood trauma, all the experiences that they had, you know, I think he had an idea that could solve all that. You know what I'm saying? We can get out of that. And you know, it's a movie, so it's never going to be that easy. It's a little more complicated than that.
Absolutely, man. No, the identity and transformation are things that I'm definitely interested in. I think a part of that comes from just being black in America. Like we are people who we've had, I don't know, 6, 7 different like official names. You know what I mean? You know, just in like one lifetime. You know, like my grandmother has been Negro, black, African American, colored. You know, a bunch of things you can't name. You know, but all these things are referencing the same group of people, right? That you know. So for me coming up, I've been fascinated with that and the idea of the ability for a human being to decide to become something. I wasn't born a filmmaker. You know, for a long section of my life, I was a football player. You know, football Americano. You know what I mean? And then you know, made the decision, I'm going to try to be this thing. And then one day you look up and somebody's in front of you asking you about your filmography. You know what I'm saying? and just that in itself is incredibly fascinating to me. I imagine that, you know, if I'm blessed to continue to make films, they'll all have some reflection of that concept. You know?
Yeah. I think I get a chance to explore myself, you know, through the characters that Ryan creates and writes, as a vessel for you know for his storytelling. You know, I have to do a self-exploration and a deep dive on how I feel personally, you know, and as I'm, you know, learning about myself and, you know, how the world has continued to evolve and my place within that, you know, I get a chance to do something a lot of people don't. I get a chance to, like, you know, explore and live those things out fully, you know what I'm saying, in a film and retain those lessons and apply them or not, or just, you know, or sometimes it's just for fun, you know. So it's a, you know, it's a blessing, you know, to be able to live many lives and learn, you know, a lot of different skill sets that normally I guess maybe I wouldn't if I was just doing one thing, you know what I'm saying, for my whole life. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for your time, guys. Keep working together. It's amazing everything you do.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this doesn't feel like a generic vampire movie. I don't think any of the characters feel like it feels very unique and very specific. So the connection with the hoodoo religion, the music and the spirituality, the ancestral line and lineage.
We were a constant as Michael was switching back and forth between Smoke and Stack. And to be able to not only play off of each other, but each other's dynamics with that particular twin. I think each of their actions and choices all influence the others. And to Wumi's point, they are what they need. There's so much to be said about that. These female characters are written with such strength and wit and wisdom that they make their presence known.